Those are not good.
What I'm going to attempt to do is, I've actually got a couple of these planter boxes sold, so I want to go ahead and rip them down. I got my table saw out, and had to sit here on the porch because it's muddy and raining. It's been muddy and raining for the last 2 months, so we have to do it here on the porch. I didn't want to because it's going to get dust everywhere, but it is what it is. But anyway, I got to rip a couple of them down before I can start building them. I got to rip them down for the legs and stuff like that. So what it is, I'm using dog ear pickets. These are the cedar, so I'm making cedar planter boxes. These are all cedar. I've got 8 of them, and I should have enough to build the 2 boxes. It takes 3 to build our standard planter type thing that I build, but they're wanting one actually 2 feet deep. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna have enough to do it or not. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. So anyway, first thing I got to do is just rip one down. Well, technically 2. I got to rip 2 down for 2 boxes. So I'll go ahead and rip 2 of them down. 1 3/4 inch, 1 3/4 inch, and the very last one will be 1 1/8 inch. So all right, now I got to set up my saw here for 1 1/8 inch. I want to unplug it to do that, just in case. And I turn on the light. Right there. 1 1/8 inch. I have to use my light because I'm blind. Alright, that should be all the ripping down I got to do. So now I got to get my other saw out and do some chopping. And other than that, they're ready to put together. I ain't used my saw in a few months, so I got me some silicone lubricant spray. Spraying on because it's starting to drag a little bit. But it's still fine. It's just I need it to be finer. Alright, the box I'm building is the overall dimensions of the outside dimensions are 16 by 16. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut 4 pieces. For a standard box will take 4 pieces of 14 inch and 4 pieces of 12 3/4. But I'm building it, she wants them twice as high. The only thing I'm going to do is mark every one of them every time. Just bring it up here and put it right against it, just like that. That's the mark. Okay, right there, that's my mark. Move that one. Mark, move this one. Okay. Right there. Move this one. Right up against that one. Move that one back. Move that one back. Top of this table saw is really slick. It's causing this thing to jump around all over the place. Kind of dangerous, but now I need 8 of the 12 3/4. Okay, that should give us 8 total. 1 2 3 4, 12 3/4. 1 2 3 4, 12 3/4. 1 2 3 4, 1 2 3 4, the 14. Okay. That's us right there. Okay. As of right now, that is exactly what we need. But now I need to cut the legs. So, I gotta figure out how tall I want the legs. This is where it's going to be running into more material than I thought to build. Alright, I've got my saw set up at 2 3/4. That's exactly half of one of these. Yeah. So, what I'm going to do, I'm going to rip down a short one, I'm going to rip down a long one. That'll give me 1 and 1, 1 and 1. Okay. Anyway. Okay, all I did is just rip one of the long ones, one of the short ones. Got two. That'll give me the 20 inches that, or 24 inches that she wants. She wants them to be 24 inches deep. So, be 4.5 of these deep to make the 24. Let's see what we got. It's a little over 24, but by the time I put my ledger down at the bottom, it'll be 24. Good enough. Okay, so now we need the legs to be approximately 30 inches. That'll give it 6-inch legs. Yeah, I really need a shop. Or just warm weather where I can set all this crap up in the yard. Not worry about it getting rain though. Okay. Whew. So what I'm going to do is mark the first one at 30 inches. Same way as on the other side. I'm just going to put them together and flush them up. That's the best way to get them exactly the same. I brought this piece of plywood in here. We brought it into the house. It's starting to get dark and I can't see out there, and we really shouldn't be doing this in here, but I want to finish putting this one together and hopefully for the video and stuff like that. So I got to build another one, but I'm not going to build it now. So I just want to do this one, trying to get it knocked out. So what I'm going to do is, all you do is just line these things up the best you can on here, like this. Okay, just like that. Just give them the best you can. They're not going to be perfect, but just give them the best you can. That way your box is pretty square. Okay, there's that. And that is total. The lady that wanted to buy them wanted 24 inches deep boxes, and that is 24.5. So after I put a 1/2-inch strip on there, so it'll be perfect. Okay. So what we're going to do, move all this crap all the way over here. We have the wide legs. Just stick about a bit. Put that there. There's one. Here's another one. Okay. Stapling it too. Okay. I'll put some glue on it, and then I'll put these legs on it like this. What I'm using, I've got a Metabo. It's just a brad nail gun. I'm using 18 gauge, and I'm using 1-inch brad nails. That way it don't go all the way through this one and all the way through the other one. Just it goes through both of them just perfectly fine. So what we're going to do, and I'm using Type Bond 3. It's the ultimate wood glue. This is the only wood glue that I know of that is interior, exterior, and waterproof. Other than Gorilla Glue, I think it is too. But this right here is the, I mean, for the bang for the buck, it's the best way to go. It's pretty good glue too. So what we're going to do is go right through here and just put a little sliver right down through here like this on both sides. Then what you want to do is line these up with the top and down the side. You do them one at a time if you want. That's a little easier that way. And take your nail gun, pop one in it there. there. Put 3 in each one. That's what I do. Okay, line the next one up. Okay, to the top. At the bottom. Same with this one. Line it up with that one, and then with your leg. And you also want to hold your fingers back too, because I've had them blow out through the side of the wood. And though it looks like it's going to go good, it can just go in and curve out and then go right into your finger. I've had a few in the fingers, so. Okay, that's perfect. And then this last one, the short, or the thinner one rather. Okay, right there. 2 in it. Okay, do the same on this side. Then what you're left with is something like this, right here. Then you take your wide legs, like this, and you put it like so. That way you have a lip here to nail to for the sides and stuff. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna finish it up. Flip it over and do the exact same thing on the other side. I'll pull those out later. Okay, then you're left with something like this. Right there. Alright, here's the 2 sides that we got built. So what I'm going to do, this is the short boards, I think 12 3/4 boards that we cut. So what you're going to do is stand these up beside each other like this. Take a bead of glue. Go right down through here. On both sides, that's probably way too much. I have to wipe one side up. Like I was saying, the nails are just basically just to hold it till the glue dries, because this glue is way stronger than the wood actually. So they start with a hole one up top. So I'm going to set it in there like that. Let me get up here where I can see what I'm doing here. So I'm going to just line it up the best you can right there like that. Okay, like that. 3 nails. Okay. Same way on this side over here. Line it up the best you can. Flush with the top on both sides. There. Okay. I think I'll go in there like that. Flush it up. Okay. Alright, there's one side. Basically what I'm going to do is flip it over, do the exact same thing on this side. Okay. Now, kind of what we have now is just like the skeleton part of it. So.
A few moments later.
Alright, here's the box. We let it dry overnight. And what I got to do now is I got to put the bottom in it, and I got to do the decorative trim around the top. So I need to cut 2 more. Right here's the bottom. I've got to cut 2 12 3/4, and then I'll have to cut, well, 3 technically, then I'll have to rip 1 down to go in the middle. 12 3/4 right there. And we're back on the porch again today because I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it is raining up. So I want to go ahead and cut the top before I swap the saws because I don't want to keep moving the saws back and forth. So what I'm going to do is wait on the bottom. That's the 3 pieces from the bottom. I'm going to set the top down right here, set the box down right here. Okay. Then what I'm going to do is hand me one of those. Okay. And these will be 45s. Okay, which need to be end to end 15 1/4. 15 1/4. Okay. What I'll do is I'll go ahead and 45 the end off of it. I always save these little pieces like this because you can use them for bracket or braces and stuff like that too. So I'm just going to mark the first one and just lay it on top like I've been doing. 15 1/4. Yeah. That's roughly the top. Looks pretty good, and then we'll do the bottom and that box will be done. I gotta glue it and nail it. Looks pretty good. You can also, some people take these right here, like these pieces here, and the legs, and you can put trim pieces here and down there, and you can paint those black or whatever color, just something different, and then maybe like polyurethane the box if you want. But these things are cedar. They're kind of rot resistant anyway. They will rot. It takes them years to rot, but these things last for years outside, just the way they are. But you could always spray something on them. And like I said, guys, this is the Type Bond 3 Ultimate. It's wood glue. It's rated for outdoors and waterproof. And this thing will be outside most likely. I don't know where she's going to put them, inside or outside, but a lot of people put them like at the entryways of your house, like the front doors or whatever. That's what a lot of people do with them. I don't know, but either way, it's going to be sealed with water resistant glue. So. Put a bead of glue all the way around it. The reason I glued the tops on is because this is, if somebody's going to reach and grab a hold of this thing, move it, that's what they're going to grab a hold of is the top of it. Because it ain't going to handle, so that's the reason I do that. Okay. Let's set it on here first before I go to nailing it. That way I can get it kind of where I want it. I'm just flushing mine up right there. Like that. Like that. Like that. Like that. Cedar smells good when you're looking at it. Smell it?
Yeah.
I have to get some paper towels too. Okay, that looks pretty good. Maybe go that way there. Maybe go that way there. That way there. Okay. I want to see about right there is what's going to be. So let's get nail in there. Okay, there's the top. What we're going to do is we're just going to put the bottom in like this, glue it, and then nail it to the side instead of putting a strip in there. It'll be just as strong this way, and it saved me just a little bit of wood. So I cut this one down earlier to go in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put it in here. I marked it and I need to cut it, but I cut it just wide enough to leave a little bit of a gap on both sides for drainage. That way when you water it, it'll have a place to drain. I'm also going to drill a couple holes in these long boards here, you know, for drainage too, but they'll be toward the center like that, just for good drainage in the box. So I need to cut this one and put it in there, and I'll glue it all together. Then that box will be pretty much done. Goodness, right there. Good and tight fit right there. Okay. Okay, just glue 3 sides. And glue run all over the floor. Okay. And put it in here. Make a mess what we're doing now. So I have to have a whole roll of paper towels for this. Okay, that one's in there. Just like that. I'm gonna put a couple nails in it. Like I said, the glue's gonna hold it anyway. Let's get some of this glue up, because I know it's running all down the inside up too. We'll get that in a minute. Okay. Now this other one here. This, I didn't cut the factory cuts off of it. I should have done that, but I didn't. As far as missing them, I don't know until I flip it over, so we'll see. I don't think I missed any, but you never know. Okay, here's the piece for the center. I'll probably have to flip it over to do this. Okay. If I can get it in there first try, I'll be impressed. Make the gap about the same on both sides. Pretty good right there. I really want it to go. Uh-oh, too much. I want to say over that way just a little bit. About right there is what I want. Perfect. Okay, put a couple nails in that one on each side. Okay. Alright guys, that's one of them built. I gotta build one more, but I ain't gonna do that on video, because this one's plenty long enough video for this. Kind of a step-by-step guide on how to build a planter box, I would say. You could go, like I was saying, you could go and you could put like polyurethane on these, you could stain them, you could do whatever you want to do with them, but just the way they are, they'll last years outside, because this cedar is really good. Really good for outdoor stuff. So, I think it turned out good. I think she'll like it. Turned out great, I think. Alrighty guys, that's going to do it for this video. Like I said, I just want to do a short video on how we do these boxes. Well, this actually turned out a pretty long video, but how we build the boxes. And like I said, this is kind of a weird size that we're building. This is the way she wanted it when she told me she wanted to buy the two. And Matthew said, I still got to build another one, but I'll do that off video. And I was using waterproof glue, I was using 1-inch brad nails, and my Talbot brad nailer. You know, it's all just simple stuff. You don't have to have all this stuff. You can use screws if you want. And you don't have to have a table saw. You can use a skill saw or circular saw, whatever you want to call it. You don't have to have all this stuff to do it. It's a simple thing. It's just something fun to do. And you can customize these things in any way you want. A lot of people will take like the legs and the top they'll paint these black or something odd colored. They'll paint them and put them on here and make it stand out a little better. Or you could polyurethane it. I mean, you could stain the whole thing. But as I was saying before, this thing is cedar, and cedar is really, really, really rot resistant. There's not, it will rot, but it takes it years to do so. You know, a long time. It'll sit outside for a long time before it rots. So that's the whole purpose of everybody building them with cedar. They're good for planters, good for vegetables, you know, pepper plants, tomato plants. The standard one, it takes 3 pickets to build it, and they're like $3 a piece. So I mean, there you go. So anyway, guys, if you ain't done so yet, please hit that like and subscribe button. And if you want to see any more of this stuff, I mean, I'm going to build a bunch more. If you want to see a different size build or anything like that, just hit me up and let me know. All right, guys, catch you on the next one.
Bye.